So now we're going to go into the standing exercises. The first exercise is going to be a hip lock off. So I'm going to lift my body weight, keeping my elbows bent, keeping my hip touching the pole. So if I'm standing with my hip in front of the pole, my back is pressed in, my inside armpit is hugging the pole again, my outside hand is above. You can see that my hands are stacked together and my body is leaning in and on the pole. I'm going to pull my elbows in and down and lift my toes off the floor. The next step in that series, inside armpit around the pole, hip in front, back pressed into the pole, abs engaged, outside hand above. We're going to squeeze the elbows in and together and pull down. And as we do, we're going to curl the knees up to a froggy position. So if I'm here, lift and roll. Squeeze the elbows in and down, pull, lift and roll. The step after that would be to straddle the legs and extend. You can still do it from a bent knee. So, squeeze the elbows in and together, lift and roll, extend. Hip in front, leaning on the pole, arms together, hands together, elbows squeeze in and down, lift and roll. Hip on the pole, feet in a straddle position, hands together, squeeze with the inside armpit, pull the elbows in and down, lift, roll and extend. Down and land. If you don't have the ab strength yet, you can do a little kick with the outside leg. Arms are still the same, abs engaged. Squeeze the elbows in and down. Outside leg does a little kick and up. Straddle back and release. Anytime we release, we want to make sure that you keep your elbows pulled in and down, because if you end up curling your back on the release, you could pull a shoulder blade. So a lot of times, when people are 3/4 of the way there and they can get a little bit of a curl and a little bit of a kick, the second leg, the inside leg, oftentimes is the problem because your brain wants to keep it towards the floor in case you fall. So this exercise is to train the second leg to get up. You're going to lean back a little bit, hip against the pole, elbows in and down. And what you're going to do is squeeze the elbows in and down, and then you're going to thrust the inside knee in a diagonal outward position. In a diagonal outward position. Okay? So we lift and squeeze. Lift and squeeze. And then the last step is crossing the feet. So my outside leg, the heel will go on this side of the pole, and my inside leg, the top of my foot will cross on this side of the pole, and I will squeeze the pole with my knees, my shins, and my thighs. So, little outside kick, up, up. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the knees, release the hands, keep the armpit pressed into the pole, and slide. From an A stance position, lift and roll, grab, grab, and slide. Come around and plank. And from the pole, one climb, hands together, elbows will pull in and down. I'm going to swing to my right. I'm going to lift my knees, straddle back, grab with my kick leg, put my second leg behind, and release on the slide.